What's up YouTube? Today I got the Volume S from Softears. They are carbon fiber and aluminum Iems, which is kind of crazy. As you can see, they're right there. We will be answering whether or not these are really good for gaming. Now they are quite in the mid-tier price range for Iems, around 300 USD. So they are kind of expensive for most people. But for someone that is deeply into Iems, they are, you know, considered like mid-tier Iems. I recently reviewed the Blessing 3s, which I was using prior to these. And 10 months ago, I was using the Truth Ear Criticals. So, you know, for the past 10 months, I've been kind of just looking for the GOAT Iem. So first off, I'm just going to talk about the tuning of the Iems. They are pretty well-rounded Iems. They're not super bass heavy and they're not super bright heavy either, like the Blessing 3s. For gaming overall, I would say they have a good soundstage. It's good to identify someone above you, under you. Very good perception. I tested them in COD. I tested them out in Apex, Marvel Rivals, and Valorant. So a lot of the games you guys might be playing, and I'll basically go through my experience with every single one of those games when I was using these Iems. But there are a few things I want to mention first. So first off, these Iems come with something kind of unique that I never really experienced with Iems before, and that is this thing called low impedance and high impedance mode. Now, if I show you the Iem right here, you can see that there's this like little hole. Hold on. You see there's like a hole in the Iem right there. Right there. And with that hole is you get this very weird thing. It's like kind of like a screwdriver. And basically with this screwdriver thingy is you would insert it into the Iem and you can change the impedance mode. And basically what that does is kind of changes the tuning slightly the Iem and makes it louder or quieter depending if you do high or low impedance. So as you can see here, it gives you instructions basically to enter low impedance mode. You would move the screwdriver counterclockwise, and if you want high impedance mode, you would move it clockwise. Now, if you're someone that plays games, you should take note of this and make sure that your Iems are set on low impedance mode. I did try the high impedance mode because I was curious, you know what, maybe the high impedance mode is better for gaming. But what I ended up finding out is that in reality, all the high impedance mode did is just make everything shouty. For some reason, everything felt very shouty. Just overall, just like a little bit more unbalanced. That's kind of how I got, that was like my impressions of high impedance. So keep it on low impedance. And like I said, low impedance is counterclockwise. Counterclockwise, move that little screwdriver inside the Iem to keep it there. Now, when it comes to music, they're pretty good. They're very well rounded. I would say that they're not super bass heavy. So if you're someone that loves your bass and you're getting ready for like a gym PR or like an insane Aim Labs Kovacs run and you're about to juice out, do not get these because, you know, they're not those like super heavy bass Iems that you're just, you know, juiced out, you know, a gram of caffeine and you're just trying to like lock in. Maybe not the Iems for you. But if you're somebody that still kind of likes that bass, likes vocals, and kind of just wants a well-balanced, beautiful experience, then they're pretty good for that. So in my opinion, when I kind of put them on, I just kind of thought they're like very well, like literally they're all rounders, which is probably what makes them very good. Compared to something like my Blessing 3s, which I was using, and these are the non-dusk versions, which are a lot heavier on the bright side of Iems. They are a lot more focused on the vocals. They're a lot more thinner sounding compared to the Softears. And I think because of that reason, I actually prefer these for gaming over my Blessing 3s, which I did enjoy at first. But yeah, I definitely prefer these a lot more than the Blessing 3s. If anything, I think they're significantly better when it comes to gaming than the Blessing 3s. And they're in a similar price range for a lot of people. So if you're like debating whether or not you want the Blessing 3s or you want the Softears and you're trying to play games and you're trying to listen to music, I would recommend these. To me, these are like the gaming headset of Iems. They're like basically perfect. You can, you know, listen to music, play games, and you kind of will just pick everything up and it just balances it all very well. That is what I would categorize them as. In Valorant, they are exceptional. Valorant already has very good audio in my opinion, but these kind of even amplify that further. You're never gonna, you know, if there's a bunch of abilities going off in Valorant, you'll never have a problem like hearing a footstep behind you, and that is because Valorant is a very well, you know, tuned game when it comes to audio. But like games like Marvel Rivals, where there's like a lot of shouting, a lot of abilities, and I'd argue in Marvel Rivals when abilities going off, it's like way worse than Valorant. If there's like an Iron Fist just beating your supports to death, you're not going to hear that Iron Fist beating your supports to death. Or maybe you might, but like in my experience, I do not hear the Iron Fist beating my supports to death. So yeah, that's where these might struggle, but that's like very like a one case scenario. In Call of Duty, they're perfect. In Apex, they're great. You'll hear shield bats and all that. If you do have like 50 Gibraltar alts and Bangalore alts going off, it might be a bit bad, but yeah. But overall, these are very, very good. And probably like the biggest pro about these Iems is that they're made out of carbon fiber and aluminum. So what that means is they're like very lightweight in your ears. You don't really feel them in your ears too badly unless if one of your ears is sensitive to a deep nozzle. The shell is pretty big, so like if you have small ears, it might irritate your ears. But the actual lightweightness of the carbon fiber with the aluminum is significantly like very helpful when it comes to feeling like something in your ear, like the heaviness when you're moving your head around, for example. You don't really feel it as much because of the carbon fiber. If you were to compare that to something with a like full steel plate base plate like the Blessing 3s, these are a lot heavier in your ears. Warranted, they do look more premium in my opinion, like the shininess, it does look really nice, but you know, the carbon fiber in the long run is actually a very big pro when it comes to comfortability. One thing I really like about these Iems as well is the carrying case. It is I think it's like a leather carrying case. I don't know if it's real leather, but it's so nice. Like, look at that. It's like some Louis Vuitton carrying case, something along those lines. Compared to my Blessing 3s, you know, this looks like some Temu case, and the zipper's already broken. And I literally, look at that. It doesn't even zip. So, not even trying to be biased, because they sent this out to me, but the carrying case is S tier on my Volume S. I mean, what can I say? It's nice, it looks good, and it actually zips up. And yeah, you do get this, was like a 4.4 mil thing that you can attach to the cable, and that is one thing I really need to talk about, is the cable. If I was to have one critique about these Iems, is I do not like this cable. I am not a fan of this cable. It rubs in my ear, like around my ears, and it's like kind of coarse-ish because of this, like, I don't know. I just don't like it around my ears. Some of you might, and it also does get pretty tangled, but that is one gripe I have about it. I don't really like this cable that much. But everything else is pretty good. One thing that you should take note of when it comes to these Iems is that the nozzle is pretty deep. So if you don't like deep things being inserted in your ears, probably not ideal. Maybe go for like an Iem that doesn't go too deep into your ears. But if you're somebody that doesn't have any Iems and is just trying to get into the market, I would recommend something a bit cheaper to even see if you would like be able to comfortably swap to Iems. Maybe like the True Fear Blues, the Blue 2s that came out. Those are probably pretty good. And yeah, you know, if you're somebody that has a bunch of money, just wants to play video games, wants to listen to music, just have like a pretty good time, do a multitude of media, and you know, you're just a big consumer and you know, money isn't a problem, then grab the Volume S soft ears. I think these are great overall. The ear tips that they come with are okay. I swapped them out. They come with these silicone ones as well. Let me find like this. They're okay. But yeah, overall, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's get to 550 subs. It's been your boy, It's Kami, and thank you so much to Softears for sending me out this IM.